Hey there guys, and welcome back. So in this video we're going to be traveling to a galaxy far, far away, and we're going to be talking about some Star Wars news. But specifically we're going to be talking about the upcoming Mandalorian and Grogu movie. An icon and star, legend, whatever you want to call her, Sigourney Weaver is starring in this movie. She's recently come out with some conversation and basically talked a little bit about her role and her appearance in the upcoming Mandalorian movie. So this is quite exciting. I love her. She's an absolute icon across sci-fi franchises, and I'm sure she's going to nail the role in this movie. And it kind of does get me a little bit excited to see this movie, having Sigourney Weaver there. I mean, she's great. I'll pay to see her in pretty much anything. And like I say, she's just a legend. So let's get into this information. Let's break it down and let's see what's going on with Sigourney Weaver and her role within this Mandalorian and Grogu movie. So this comes to us from Comic Book Movie. The Mandalorian and Grogu star, Sigourney Weaver, shares spoilery new details about Grogu and her character. It says spoilery new details, but there's no spoilers here, guys. I've had a little bit of a read through just to check before we start the video. There's no spoilers for the narrative, the plot points, anything like that. So you've got nothing to worry about in that regards. So let's go down and get into this information. So Sigourney Weaver is rightly considered an icon for her roles in Alien and the Avatar franchises, but will finally head into a galaxy far, far away next year. She'll appear in the first Star Wars movie since 2019's The Rise of Skywalker, Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian and Grogu. Obviously, they had the Mandalorian show on Disney+. It was quite well received to some regards, but then part of Season 2, going into Season 3 as well, the quality had a massive drop-off, and people ultimately fell off the show. But that first season is regarded as one of the best things that Star Wars has put out in years. Andor notwithstanding, obviously Andor is a pretty damn good series as well. People regard that as one of the best things that Star Wars has done in a very long time. But the first season of Mandalorian, definitely a great show, and they know what they had with that show. They moved on it quickly to change it into a movie format. Obviously, people love Grogu. He's a really interesting, kind of mysterious character, and playing that up in the movie is obviously a great way to go. So, talking to Games Radar, Weaver admitted that she had never really considered being part of a Star Wars project. However, it was the adorable Grogu that went a long way in changing her mind. Yeah, I mean, Grogu just melts people's hearts. I mean, you just see him on screen, like, kind of like bouncing around and getting into mischief, and he's just adorable, and you can't help but look at him and watch him, and kind of your heart just melts every time he's on screen. Sigourney Weaver said the following: "I get to have scenes with the little Grogu, which is probably why I did the movie," Weaver explained. And he's a little badass too. It's going to be wonderful for people to see what Grogu is up to now, because he's grown up a little bit and is capable of so much more than maybe we think just watching the series. So that's very, very interesting. So Grogu is obviously aged up a little bit. He's more capable now. He can do more things. He's got more powers. Maybe, you know, we're going to see him jumping around with a lightsaber or doing some martial arts or some crazy Jackie Chan-esque type stunts. That would be a pretty interesting way to go. Having this little green guy sort of jumping around, you know, kung fuing people, that would be, you know, take my money. So, the last part is intriguing reveal, particularly as we see Grogu gain much better control of the Force during The Mandalorian Season 3. Have those powers continue to evolve, or could this movie be where he finally speaks? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, that's an interesting point as well, actually. Is he going to talk in this movie? Because, I mean, can you have a full-length Mandalorian and Grogu movie without Grogu actually talking? I mean, he would have to communicate through other ways, like he does in the series. A lot of hand gestures, body language, stuff like that. But it's going to be very, very interesting. Maybe the last part of the ending of the movie, he finally like says a word and then it cuts to black. That would be pretty interesting. That would be a huge hook to have audiences on. Yeah, I mean, we'll have to wait and see if he does actually talk. So, following reports that she's playing New Republic Colonel Bishop, Weaver strongly hinted that the rumors are true. Quote, "I play a wonderful character who is, you know, in a position of authority," the screen icon confirmed, "and I have to send the Mandalorian out on a mission on the Outer Rim where all the bad stuff happens." So, she's the one who's in charge, and she's the one who's giving the Mandalorian the orders by the look of it. I admire Star Wars, but I don't sit around wishing I was in another franchise, because I've been so lucky to be in some wonderful ones, Weaver noted. But at the time when I was offered it, I was delighted. I'm a great fan of Jon Favreau, and I'm already a great fan of The Mandalorian. So it sounds like she has watched The Mandalorian, and she's a fan of it, and she knows obviously what it's about and all that great stuff. But I mean, having Sigourney Weaver, the sci-fi legend, the icon, coming into this movie, it definitely ups my excitement and anticipation for this project. But at the moment, I have to be honest, with the fan discourse online, I don't feel that there's much hype and anticipation and kind of like, you know, joy of people waiting for this movie or talking about it. I don't see a lot of it on podcasts anywhere. And I just don't feel the excitement at the moment. But I guess when we start getting posters, trailers, marketing, and the hype machine starts firing up, Disney start putting out the marketing, then I guess that anticipation and hype will start to come. But at the moment, I just don't, I don't feel it at the moment. But I guess we're still a long way off from this movie debuting. So we'll have to wait and see if people do get excited about it. But other than that, I think there's a lot more to this article, but it's kind of going into other things that aren't really relevant to the Sigourney Weaver story that we're talking about. So we'll kind of just finish it off there. But yeah, I mean, let's go back to this quickly before we finish. I get to have scenes with a little Grogu, which is probably why I did the movie. He's a little badass too. It's going to be wonderful for people to see Grogu is now up to, because he's grown up and he's capable of much more than we think just watching the series. So that's kind of the takeaway from it. She's in a position of power. She's sending Mandalorian out to the Outer Rim to do the missions, whatever it is that she needs him to do. And it looks like Grogu has grown up to the point where he can, you know, he's probably got new abilities, can control his power better, but will he speak in the series? That's one of the major questions that I take away from this article. So guys, jump into the comment section. Let me know what you think about this. What do you think about Sigourney Weaver's involvement with this project? Does it get you more excited like it does for me? And what do you think about her comments regarding her acting scenes with Grogu and Grogu growing up and being more in control of his powers? Do you think Grogu will speak in the series as well? Jump in the comment section and let me know what you think about this news, guys. As always, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. Consider becoming a subscriber of the channel as well if you haven't done so already, guys. It goes a long way to supporting my content, so I always really appreciate that. And I will see you in the next video.